Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to today's edition of your breakfast show, Good Morning KSA, the weekend edition of the program where the show is jam-packed with a lot for today. And well, in this particular segment of the program, we are going to be pondering more upon the lines of technology. Earlier on, we were talking about UNICEF and its works in the MENA region, but now we are going to be focusing more upon the lines of technology. Do write to us on goodmorningks@gmail.com, as well as interacting with us live on Facebook as well as on Twitter as to how it is that you all found today's edition of the program, and as well as the solo breakfast session that we had with our chef for this morning. But anyways, with this, on this note, we are going to be moving on further with our new discussion, which is all about communication and information technology sector. So joining us here in the program to elaborate to us more upon this aspect is Mr. Mansoor, who is the Managing Director for توشير group of companies. So with this, Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Good Morning KSA.
Good morning, all of you.
And well, with this, Mr. Mansoor, we are going to be talking, ladies and gentlemen, a lot on the lines of communication, information, and the technological sector here in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Now, before we go to any of that, Mr. Mansoor was kind enough to be showing us a brief part of his resume, and the one thing that I was extremely interested in was that Mr. Mansoor himself has been the author of the first internet book in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia as well as in the Arab countries in the year 1995. 1995, I was still a kid, and internet was something that was almost imaginary at that time. So Mr. Mansoor, please tell us as to how did you get down to writing the book, and how was it finally published?
Actually, it was quite challenging. At that time, the internet on the whole region, not only in Saudi Arabia, it was prohibited, not been allowed. But I have a chance, the opportunities, because I was working with Ministry of PTT that time, and I was that time I was handling the value-added services, and part of that value-added services, I was talking to international companies that they are related to providing content like Bloomberg, Cable Wireless, Prodigy, and also American Online. So I was exposed and interacting with those international companies, even General Electric, GIS, IBM, that time that they have their own international networks. Through those exposure, I take the challenge to write a book about what's going on worldwide, especially on internet. Internet was that time known as CompuServe, American Online, Prodigy. So I took that and I wrote about it. Fortunately, also King Faisal Special Hospital was also the first hospital in the region that also has internet access. So I used also their access in 91, 92 to get also access to the internet, and also to have higher speed of access to the internet. So I took the challenge. I write about all what internet is all about and how you could use it for our daily life. And then I took it to King Abdulaziz City for Science Technology, to Dr. Adil, and he was appreciating, and he put his write up in the books, and they take it to Ministry of Information here, and actually they appreciate. And then I authored the book. I do the production. We sold that year over 10,000 books, and it was very successful for us here because people was looking to know about that the internet, what is all about, and this was the challenge. And I remember there is stories happening that time because if the internet is well promoted. One of my friends took my book to one of the Arab countries, and when he was traveling there to the Arab countries, that was in early '96. They caught him in the airport and they said the internet is not allowed to enter to Saudi Arabia, and not to Saudi, to that country, actually I think is a very close country to Saudi.
Right.
And he said this is not the internet, this is just a book. And he spent almost half an hour explaining to them what being brought it is the internet as electronic access, not as a book. Then he came back to Saudi and he gave me my book and said, please keep your book until the other countries understand what's all internet about. And that was funny. Now, internet has become essential in our life. Every country is now became mandatory. The internet should be there because it's become part of our daily life and we cannot live without it.
Most definitely. Well, that I honestly believe is almost history by itself, because you mentioned it was 1996 when internet was finally up for access for all of us. And well, those days we used to have our telephone lines plugged into the computers and the laptops, but well, now is completely a different time. We are all wireless. Now, finally moving on towards the importance of communication and our main topic, which was not Mr. Mansoor being the author of the book. Now, talk to us a little bit about the importance of communication and the information technology.
As we are upon the lines of internet, is this the book that you have written that we see?
This is the second book. It's about marketing, about marketing over the internet. It's also the Facebook marketing over the net. It was also in 1998.
Oh, all right.
So I'm tracking the leads of introducing and educating our people about what's all internet about. That's why I wrote those two books as introduction to the internet world. And after that, I start founding companies and going in business and establishing companies. That's why this part of our life is to share what we know with our community.
Right. And when is it that you published this book?
That was in 1998.
1998, right. But well, finally moving on to the main topic, communication and information technology. It definitely has taken the entire world by storm. It is something that the youngsters of today, the toddlers, instead of playing games with their own hands, they are having their own particular devices, these gadgets of the latest technologies, and they are playing their games on that instead of going on with the traditional ways of the board games and going out in the playgrounds and playing. They are doing it all through the internet now. So we understand that it's not only a necessity, but it is a major part of our lives. It has almost conquered our worlds. So talk to us about the importance of information technology in this part of the world in Saudi Arabia.
Actually, I will start with two things first. I would like to go to our culture, to our religion. Umar ibn Khattab said, and this is a very nice word, it was written 1,400 years ago. Umar ibn Khattab said, taught your children for a time other than yours. And this is, Umar ibn Khattab said 1,400 years, that you have to educate your children for the time that is your time. And there is always a new generation coming with a new thought, a new things. And that is our culture, that we have to be able always to catch up with the new technology. And this has been said 1,000 times. And we're talking about social networks. And social networks and structure is being built all through Islamic. Now, if you nobody is imagine that who initiates social media and social network is Islam. Now, we are praying 5 times per day, and 5 times we are socializing with our neighborhoods, and we are having a Jum'ah week, and we are also socializing within the city, and we have Hajj. We are socializing with the whole world. So the social infrastructure was built in Islam. Now what we see now, the social structure has become electronic, become virtual, and has become part of our life. And it is really changing the way that people also interacting with their parents and also with their friends. For example, in the United States, 69% of parents, they became their children friends over the Facebook, and this is a real good it accounted for the virtual network. It bring parents and with their children, with their kids together through social infrastructure. And internet being used when it started is in a bad way. When the social infrastructure came, and social networking and social media came to in the last 4 years, changed the whole way people behaving, utilizing the infrastructure. For example, people used to use fake names. When you go to the internet 4 years ago, you don't know, maybe a dog talked to you, and this is what's saying over the net. Now everybody is using his real name because he's proud that over Facebook, over Twitter, over all known social structure forums, he is prouding to show his name because he would like to gain friendship. He wants to be a celebrity, and this is the real change of the world. The world is changing very dramatically because of the structure that we are using. Also, in terms of utilizing the way that we access the internet and accessing the social world, we used to use desktop. Now then people move to laptops, and then people move to tablets. Now people are using smartphones, and now smartphones and tablets are more used than desktop and notebooks. And you can see people there, they thought that the desktop is a killer now, and then came the laptops, and now tablets. Smartphone now become the main use now for people to access and enjoy. Smartphone now become more very advanced now in terms of processing, in terms of you are carrying a video player, you are carrying with you fax, you're carrying with you an email, you're carrying for you, all your entertainment is with you. Not more than this is your friendship, your social, it's within your hand. You can talk to people, you can enjoy with them, and also spend hours with them without noticing the time that you are spending through those small machines, because of the power behind those small machines.
Most definitely. And also talk to us a little bit about how the social media has taken Saudi Arabia by storm, because now it is almost essential for people to be on these social networking websites. Not only that, there are these cell phones which have their own messengers incorporated in them, and people are only buying those phones for the sake of the messenger. They do not want to use it as a corporate phone, which how it initially came out as. Now people are only buying that particular phone to be staying in touch with their friends and family without even needing the internet. So it truly has become something which people are really running after. Before, we would see that here and there on the streets there would be cell phone numbers of the different supermarkets, of the shops, of the restaurants. Now they're giving you their Facebook pages instead. So talk to us about how is the social media affecting the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia?
Thank first of all to the infrastructure that behind, because the growth of such utilization of the new media is all related to the infrastructure. If you have the right infrastructure within your country, you will be able then to interact and you will be able to enjoy it. Now, as we see that all operators within Saudi Arabia, they are competing to the 4G generations. And 4G generation, they give you more access, more freedom, faster way to get access to the information. And this is what make the media enjoyable. You cannot enjoy media with lousy and low speed. 4G is all about the new structure that's been announced by the operators. It's about speeding of accessing to the information. That's why smartphone has been used heavily now. People, they are using a smartphone rather than only to search over the net. Although people now, as from statistic in Saudi Arabia, there is over 40 million view of video daily from Saudi Arabia. And in terms of socializing and blogging, in Twitter there is over 500,000 users from Saudi Arabia using Twitters. There is over 4.5 million Facebook users, and they are just doing chatting, interacting, and this is how the people, they are changing. People, they are using it for their to enhance their skills, their express their self. There is a lot of people, they use Facebook or Twitter to exchange idea, to consult their people that they are having the right information or the right content. You will have a lot of people there. There is a lot of people on Twitter. They have huge followers, and Facebook there is a huge fans, and people always following those people that they are giving away information, and not only giving, also engaging and interacting, because it's given only is not a way. With the new media, people looking to interact, to exchange information. That's why people, they are using Facebook, Twitter's, all type of social network forums to interact and to exchange thoughts. And that's why they're changing the whole way of people doing business, learning. There is a lot of examples. One of the Kuwaiti kids, he's only 14 years. He make a fortune in less than 6 months, over $250,000. While he's in school, he used his skill to build some games over app for mobiles, and he installed it in the app stores. Within 6 months, over 900,000 people download. It's called Deadly Store, Deadly Destroy. And this is a success. There is another woman, which is also, she's working in a company, and she is not being paid well. and she was expert in makeup. So then they quit the company, and from home with a small camera, cheap camera, start teaching women over the net how to do makeup, and now she's making a huge fortune just doing that from home. And this is how people, they are totally changing. Kids, they are making a fortune. Women, they are not happy with the income that she is generating from what you're getting from her job. She quit, and there are many examples over the net. There is, for example, some student who are studying abroad in a state or Canada, Arabs. What they did, they bought a brilliant idea by over the YouTube. They start teaching people Arabic, how to learn Arabic over the YouTube. People are interested to learn English. What they do, the vice versa, and they start producing clips over the YouTube how to learn Arabic, and they are very successful and even invited by international organization, and they are generating income. So the social media changing the whole way people doing business, doing their job, interacting with in their lives.
Indeed, absolutely. This is so very, very true. And with this, Mr. Mansooral'Ubaid, would like to thank you so much for joining us in today's edition of the program. And it's so true that technology is intervening our lives from so many different directions and dimensions that we're just unable to get even hold of ourselves. A lot of the times when you go to a social gathering and you meet people for the first time, so they would say hi and hello, and if they see you as a pleasant person, the first question that comes about is, are you on Facebook? Are you on Twitter?
Yes.
So that we may actually interact with each other more often. So gone are the days, can I have your mobile number? It's all about Facebook and Twitter now. And we get to see people are spending a lot of time on that as well. But nonetheless, as today is the weekend edition of the program, we tell you to abstain from using the internet too much. Try to spend more of a quality time with your family over the weekend, because Facebooking or Twittering, these are the things that we do all week long. So at least on the weekends, try to make more time for your family and to do the things that you don't really get the time during the week to do, such as perhaps fixing your room, changing the interior of your house, or doing any different kind of a leisurely activity that is going to relax your mind. And always remember, when it comes to social networking, do not go to any social networking sites when it's any time near to your bedtime, because according to many of the proven medical researches, it could cause you a lot of anxiety and sometimes even to a certain extent a kind of depression, because you are constantly updating your statuses on the different social networking sites, and if you're not getting the feedback that you want from your friends and family, then it could be very disappointing as well. It may actually hinder your sleep, and it may disturb your sleeping patterns as well. So try to abstain from the internet around your bedtime, and on the weekends try to enjoy doing other things in life. But anyways, on this note, let us know how it is that you found this particular segment of the program, which was all about technology, and as well as how through social media it's intervening our lives so very, very much now. We were in discussion with Mr. Mansooral'Ubaid. If you have any questions from him, you could be writing them to us. goodmorningks@gmail.com is our email address, as well as you could reach out to us on Facebook as well as on Twitter. For the moment, we'd move on to the child's world.